I want to tell you about the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in space. But first, some context. When I was a kid, I used to get freaked out by how big the Earth is. My mom would say, "Stop looking up, you're making me nervous." But it wasn't that I was scared of Earth. I don't remember what I saw. But something changed my whole perspective about the universe. I realized that the universe doesn't care about us. It's not a friendly place. It's not an evil place. It's just a place full of wonder and beauty, sure, but also full of things that'll make you question why you were ever born. Things like this, I was in awe of it. I would think, how can we be so small and insignificant? And then one day it hit me. We aren't. Do you see those white dots? They're stars, and they're in the middle of being ripped apart, too. The gravity from the black hole is pulling them into long, thin lines. Some of them have already been pulled apart and are forming these weird rings around the black hole. It looks like a cosmic Not only are we not insignificant, but there's probably other life out there that's way more advanced than us. Astronomers think there could be planets in this galaxy, planets with life on them, and those planets could be going through the same thing right now. Maybe there's intelligent alien life out there watching this happen, watching their world get torn apart by a monster they can't escape. I hope that isn't the case. But if it is, I hope they re-ready because they're nothing more terrifying than a monster that's hungry and you on its menu. And then one night while looking at the stars, it hit me again. This time it was different. It's a reminder that the universe doesn't care about us. It's a reminder that we really are insignificant. And it's a reminder that no matter how small we are, there's always something bigger, something more powerful. It's a reminder that sometimes it's okay to be afraid. Sometimes it's okay to feel insignificant. Sometimes it's okay to look up and be scared. To me, the scariest part of this image is everything around it. These glowing pink and orange clouds of gas and dust are being pulled apart by the black hole. They're being stretched and distorted until they form these long, thin tails. It's like watching someone get pulled into a meat grinder. It makes me feel like nothing, like we really are insignificant. This is the Phantom Galaxy. It looks beautiful, right? It's got this blue hue with these pink and orange clouds of gas and dust forming these strange shapes. But this galaxy is 260 million light years away. That means if you took a single step in space towards it, you'd be falling for 260 million years. And when you arrived, you'd find a place where no human has ever gone, and likely ever will. In the Phantom Galaxy, there is a black hole. It's around 400 trillion kilometers wide. That's the size of over 100,000 Earths stacked end to end. And it weighs around 80 billion times the mass of our sun. The gravity around a black hole is intense. The closer you get, the faster it pulls you in. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can escape a black hole. Not even light. That's why they're called black holes. The reason this place is so terrifying isn't actually the black hole itself. But there's something else in this picture that really freaks me out. But here's the worst part. The Phantom Galaxy is one of the scariest things I've ever seen in space, but it's also one of the most beautiful. Thank you for watching. Would you like to hear another scary space story? They say that the universe is a dark and terrifying place. There are countless galaxies out there filled with countless stars, planets, and beings. Some of them might be friendly, but most of them are completely apathetic to our existence. We humans like to think we're at the top of the food chain, but in reality, we're nothing more than a speck of dust. And if we ever set foot outside of our solar system, we would be utterly helpless. Hey there, welcome to my channel. The creatures are closing in and soon the fate of the galaxy will be decided. With the creatures closing in, they have no choice but to venture into the unknown depths of space and time. What they don't realize is that they are not alone in the vast universe. Trapped within the vast expanse of the Milky Way, the Galactic Federation desperately seeks a way out. They send a distress signal into the cosmos, hoping for a rescue that may never come. If you want to see more videos like this, stay tuned. And as always, thank you for watching. Today we will examine a terrifying galactic horror story that proves even the greatest empires can fall. It is the fear of large things, and it can make everyday tasks like driving on the freeway or flying in an airplane extremely difficult. But megalophobia is also a fear that can be exploited, and that is exactly what the author of this story did. By creating a massive black hole that consumed everything in its path, he created a monster that people like me cannot fathom. A monster that is truly the stuff of nightmares. Our solar system is located in one of the spiral arms known as the Orion Arm, approximately 26,000 light-years from the center of the galaxy. And so the stage is set for an epic battle between the forces of good and evil as the fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance. The Galactic Federation must confront the creatures of the void and prevent them from consuming all in their path. But as the battle rages, they must also beware of the treacherous forces that seek to exploit the chaos for their own gain. Will the Galactic Federation prevail against the creatures of the void? Or will the darkness consume all in its path? Only time will tell. The galactic core is home to a supermassive black hole known as Sagittarius A star, which has a mass of over 4 million suns. Well, it's because the truth is the galactic core is a living, breathing entity. It is a massive black hole that consumes anything that gets too close. Stars, planets, Even entire solar systems get consumed by the galactic core, and it is incredibly difficult to escape its gravitational pull. In fact, only a handful of people have ever managed to escape the galactic core alive, so it is understandable that a creature like this would be afraid of it. These words are a warning from the elders of the Galactic Federation, a powerful alliance of 7 alien species who have united to protect their corner of the Milky Way from the horrors that lie beyond. They have fought against creatures that defy description, driven by an insatiable hunger to consume all in their path due to its immense gravity. Sagittarius A* is constantly consuming matter and energy from the surrounding space, creating a region of extreme heat and radiation known as the accretion disk. The story I am about to tell you is one of despair, madness, and total annihilation. It is also heavily based on the fear of megaphiles, an intense and irrational fear of large things. This story was written by user Raul Spira and is called The Hunger. The Milky Way is a barred spiral galaxy containing hundreds of billions of stars, planets, and other celestial bodies. The insatiable appetite of the galactic core has a profound impact on the evolution of our galaxy, shaping the orbits of stars and triggering the formation of new star systems. But for those unfortunate enough to venture too close, it means certain death. The story begins with a quote, "If you hear the call, do not answer." For thousands of years, the Galactic Federation has kept these creatures at bay, but now they are on the brink of defeat. In their moment of greatest need, they discover an uncharted wormhole near the black hole at the center of their galaxy. There are others who have heard the call, drawn to the promise of unimaginable power and glory. Now, I'm sure some of you are wondering why this creature is afraid of the galactic core. Megalophobia is a very real and common fear, and it is one that can be debilitating. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It's not every day that I get to tell a story like this one, the events of which took place on the far side of the galaxy in a spiral arm no human has ever laid eyes upon. It was a world of black holes, neutron stars, and one very pissed-off planet. And now it's up to you to guide the ship through the rest of the galaxy and deliver its precious cargo to the planet Z. This isn't your average horror game. There are no jump scares or creepypastas here. At first, it's subtle. You might notice a wrench lying around that looks comically tiny in your hands. Or when you walk into a room, the ceiling seems to stretch on forever above you. But as time goes on, things start to get worse. The only way to escape the wrath of these mechanical giants is to keep moving, so you run. As you listen to recording after recording, you'll learn about the planet you're supposed to be delivering cargo to, the planet Z. But when they arrived, something went wrong. The planet seemed to reject the cure, leading the crew to believe that they were actually the virus. So they fled, leaving behind the only known cure for the dying planet. Somewhere along the line, the planet developed a terrible allergy to pretty much everything in the universe. Even the slightest exposure to most materials could trigger anaphylactic shock, causing massive amounts of damage. You sprint through the station trying to stay out of sight, desperately hoping that whatever you're running from won't catch up to you. But the bigger problem is that you don't know what's going on or why. Not only are you on the run from giant space spiders, but you're also carrying a deadly plague. Now you have to face the consequences of your actions. Try to make things right before it's too late. Or maybe you'll let the universe keep spinning and watch Zeo die. The choice is yours. You'll come across massive gears, hundreds of feet across, that threaten to crush you if they fall. In fact, the game's description straight up calls it Cosmic Junji Ito, and the comparison is apt. Like Ito's stories, Night Cafe is deeply unsettling, and once it gets under your skin, it doesn't let go. And when you venture outside, you'll find yourself dwarfed by colossal starships that look like cities. Instead, the game focuses on building dread and keeping you on edge with one simple concept. The scale, the sheer size of everything around you, is at once mesmerizing and terrifying. Sounds easy enough. But the thing is, well, everything is huge. Everything is so. The year is 2345. You are the captain of the spaceship Wave. The crew members you picked off one by one will become gigantic monsters hell-bent on destroying you. And even the smallest of creatures can quickly become a deadly threat. A spider the size of a dog can easily kill you with one swipe of its leg, and a swarm of bugs could spell certain doom. Your crew consists of 7 other people, each more qualified for their position than you are. That is because you are actually a shapeshifter who infiltrated the crew in order to steal the ship for your own nefarious reasons. You see, you have a personal vendetta against the Galactic Federation, the very organization that sent the ship on its course. So you plan to take their ship, cause some damage, and make it look like an accident. Easy peasy. But while you were busy being evil, the real captain died. Welcome to Night Cafe, a world-renowned space horror game created by a team of 300 artists and developers. As you traverse the ship, you'll constantly be reminded of just how small you are. But that's just the beginning. On this station, absolutely everything is massive, including your enemies. What makes all of this truly horrifying is that there's nothing you can do to stop it. All you have to go on is the ship's logs, which hint at a terrible truth. So the Galactic Federation constructed a special starship to deliver medication. That's when you realize that you've made a horrible mistake. If any of this sounds familiar, it's probably because the devs took heavy inspiration from the works of Junji Ito, If you like cosmic horror games, with a heavy emphasis on atmosphere, I highly recommend checking it out. Just be prepared to experience some truly disturbing things.